like a Christmas tree backstage, just going back to my childhood and thinking about these characters and the actors behind them. So today we're going to be talking about Nicktoons and some of the voice actors who brought some of our favorite characters to life. So please join me in welcoming from Rocco's Modern Life, Carlos Alizraki. From Jimmy Neutron, Debbie Derry. And from Chalk Zone, Candy Milo. Who was also Dexter. But we're Nicktoons today. Hello. If you want to get cozy, you can, or however you want to be.
I'm going to do this because I'm special.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
How are we doing? How has everything been so far? Memorable interactions, memorable moments from the Fan Expo?
I think it's been great, and I can't see.
Yeah.
I love you all.
Yeah.
Fans are great. Everybody that has come to the table that could not get in line for Mark, I'm laughing. And we love you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being here, and we can't wait to hear what you want to talk about.
And I've talked to some people who have come from, like, Massachusetts, and, like, really far away, England. Thank you guys all for coming, even if you drove from Rialto. Thanks.
I'm going to throw a voice right away.
But it was really cool. I met a young woman named Kylie yesterday, and we love cons, and we love being noticed, because it's kind of part of what we do is like we make stuff, and we're glad you appreciate it. But to be, she was, going through some stuff and wanting to know how do I navigate life, and we're like, you're here, you're with your people, and we're so glad that you like what we do, and we are with our people, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We are with our people.
Thank you all.
I was backstage with y'all, and I'm, whatever age I am, the age you start lying about it. And I'm like sitting there, and like I feel just like a childlike wonderment sitting across from you guys. And I'm curious what it's like for y'all when people come of all ages that are just like, oh my gosh, like you were my childhood, or you were this, or you mean so much to me. What is that like?
I'll start at my end, we can go down. I think the most amazing thing that people say is, I had no idea it was a woman. I had no idea. And I was like, most of them are women, voice actors, but the recognition, because we have our signs that have all the characters we do, and somebody said, I had no idea you do that. I had no idea you do that. My favorite thing is, are you still working? And I'm like, I am. I think we all are. But I think that's what's amazing, is that they get to see that we're real human, and they're so shocked about what we all look like and what we all do. That to me is the most fun thing, is that they say, oh my God, Dexter's a girl.
Yes, and he hates girls, so there's that. Well, he's an idiot. Everything that Candy said, yes.
Yes.
And it's still unbelievable to me that anyone would come up and say, it's so great to meet you, you're a legacy, you were my childhood.
Yes.
I don't know, I don't get it. I feel like I wake up, I pick up my dog's poo, I make lunch, I pick up the phone, and my kid says, do you have food? So I feel like I do all these normal things, and I come here and I get treated really special, and it feels pretty wonderful. But we work hard. We work hard every day, and now we're working hard alone in our booths, in our studios. And we don't get to see people. So I feel like I'm a little damaged now, because when I come here, I get to see people and actually interact with you guys, it's just amazing.
I love you, Debbie!
Oh, and before you talk, I'm moving
Oh, yeah.
faster, because nobody can see it there. Just so you guys can subscribe to my kids' YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yes!
QR code up here for you, because I love you all.
Yay!
Carlos, I gotta hear what, you do so much work. You do Reno 911, you do on-camera work, you do so, I gotta hear what people ask you.
Same surprise, but
I do, Rocco.
and I was also also the original Spyro from
Watch out for Nasty Mark.
Yeah.
And here's the thing for us, I never really understood why we resonated so hard with certain people. Like, I came all the way to see Candy Milo, I came all the way to see Debbie Derryberry, and I never realized why our voices resonated with people. You're my childhood, until I'm one day at Salami Studios in Los Angeles talking to my friends, the brilliant Dee Bradley Baker and Fred Tatasciore. And I know them, they're my friends. So we get on the subject of video games. I say, I don't know how to play video games. The only game I know how to play is Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. And Dee goes, I'm the spitter and the jockey. And I'm like, whoa. And Fred goes, I'm Boomer. I'm like, oh my God, no way, you guys. And they're like, Carlos, take it easy. And I'm like, you don't understand. I've spent hours with that game. I love you guys. And that moment made me understand how we resonate with you. When you spend that much time with a character, it means a lot to you.
Exactly.
So we get it, and we thank you.
I will say Debbie brought me yesterday to meet Paul Williams.
Because I was fanning hard.
And I started to cry because Carpenters, the theme song to every television show, Rainbow Connection, and all of this stuff. And I walked up to him, and I want you to know I have every single one of you. I went, and he said he did an episode of Dexter's Lab. And the song that he sang, he said it sounded like him, but he didn't write it. And I gave him a picture, and he was so gracious, like it was the greatest thing. And I literally was like, haba.
You were fanning. I got a picture and she was crying.
To me, and so we understand. I'm not Paul Williams, but I understand when something is important to you, that there were no words for me to express to this genius what he meant to me growing up as a little girl, and his music meant the world to me. And I think that's it. And I'm laughing because we do know Dee and Fred, and I know Debbie, and we walk around, and then some people are like, you had lunch with Debbie Derryberry? I was like, yeah, no, I went to her house. She makes this cream. It's the only thing that works on this psoriasis that I have on my elbow. And they were like, to her house where she lives? And I was like,
Yeah, when she picks up the poo.
where she picks up the poo, and her son, as my daughter would go, do you want to get your nails done? I'm like, I'm buying, right? Yes, I'll go get my nails done.
And me and Carlos, we lived on the same street for years. Yeah, we would live 4 houses apart.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. We all live in this area because we don't like to drive in Studio City or North Hollywood.
Valid.
We don't want to drive to studios. And it's right there. It's very convenient.
It's
Very
cool.
convenient.
But I wanted to also say, I know the feeling now also, because when I saw Paul Williams, I fanned. I jaw dropped. I was like, and my friend was here and she said, are you fanning? So I guess I am. And when people come to my table who watched Monster High and who love Draculaura so much, and then I'll start doing the voice of Draculaura and saying, I love you, girlfriend. I guess there's this thing about the senses, you know, like when you smell something and you think of Grandma's house, or when you hear something like Draculaura and people start crying and getting shaky because it elicits like a organic primal emotion in you, and that's where emotion comes out. It's either you laugh or you cry or you fall to the ground or you faint, and it's I feel like I have a responsibility, so I keep Kleenex for people.
I see we have some mics here. If anybody does have any questions, feel free to line up and I'll get to you in a few minutes. I know that people probably come up and they're like, you're my childhood, but what is like the line or like moment from your show that you think is like quoted back to you the most?
For Rocco's Modern Life, it's when he has a job, be hot, be naughty, be courteous. He's working an adult phone line.
And he says, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
That one. And for Spyro, it's Watch Out for Nasty North. The other Nickelodeon show is, if we're talking about Nicktoons, is Cat Dog, and it's from Winslow. What are you, nuts?
I get a couple from Jimmy Neutron. drum beat. I'm loopy, the little crazy dance, or think, brain blast. I get that a lot. And then of course there's also got a blast. That's a big one.
Yes.
Chalk zone. Rudy, you gotta draw something. And I was also bull nerd. So I'm gonna get you, Rudy. I'm gonna pound you into soft flesh. And then I was also Nora Wakeman on My Life as a Teenage Robot. And she would say, exchange. And that's what I got. That's great.
You know, I forgot I was on Chalk Zone too.
Yes.
I did the teacher that was like, repeat. What was it? Like you didn't want to go back in time? I'll think of it. I'll be back.
If we stretch it into the late 90s, I played Crocker, and you get,
Yes.
hey, you got pants!
My God, my favorite.
This is great. All right, let's get to some fan questions. Hi, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Rain. Sorry, I'm super short, so I have to move the mic. I am from the San Francisco Bay Area, and my question is for all of you. I'm curious, what is your advice for aspiring voice actors?
Where is that? I have it.
Yeah, Debbie's got a book. I am from the San Francisco Bay Area, and I think that D. Bradley Baker has a website called iwannabeavoiceactor.com where all of the information that he can give you is free, and it can teach you how to prepare, how to watch out for people that will take advantage of you, and everything that he suggests. The website is free, there's no paywall, and then you can either, everything is free or low cost. I'm switching it over to Debbie, who's written a book about voice acting.
It's actually in its second edition. I have a copy of it. I brought it here. I don't see it.
But it's in your backpack.
Oh yeah, maybe it's with my purse. I'm just gonna go get it. It's called Voiceover 101, and it's not, but I know who has it. Anyway, it's on Amazon. Voiceover 101, how to
They
succeed.
can come to your booth.
Yes, there's a few left at my booth, and I also put QR codes in it because it's hard to teach how to bark like a dog in words. You have to show them. Or like, how do you vomit in a microphone? So it's easier to show them. Do you want to see all of us vomit?
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
I really go for it.
Come on, Candy, give your best vomit.
Oh my God, nerd bomb. What did you put in that drink? Nick D.
That was a good vomit.
Yeah, I do.
And if you guys want to try it at home, I recommend 2 cat hair balls, which is 2 of those, and then 2 coughs, just a regular cough, and then 1 tongue out vomit. If you want to try it with me, let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's good, you
I
guys.
like it. But at the core for voiceover is start looking for people
Yes.
in real life, creatures. Some people say, I don't do a character. I go, if you meet a baby or a puppy, you're going to do a character automatically. There's something about the face of a young puppy that makes you go, so get that innately and see something from the inside out. A brother, a sister, a professor. The barista's like, hey, do you want your name on the cup? You're just watching. Watch with your eyes and pretend to be that person, be that puppy. Do it.
Or
from
the voice of your dog.
Yeah, be the voice of your dog. Do it from the inside out. Start looking at references and
Read.
pretend to be that person.
Read children's books aloud. And read and decide on who your audience is. Are you reading to little kids, medium kids, reading to adults, trying to make it funny? And that's what I would say, because 99.99% of what we do is read into a microphone. There's no memorization.
But it's also acting, so you
Right.
want to be sure to take your acting classes so that you can, navigate across any facet of voiceover that you want to do, whether it's commercial or promo or medical term narration or book reading or animation or anime. These are all different facets of voiceover that require a different skill set for each one.
And make your own content. certainly you've seen people online on all the socials creating their own content, your own
Absolutely.
channel, because
Yeah.
you know what you can do.
Yes.
Good question.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and Debbie, I'm definitely fangirling because, Jimmy Neutron was one of my shows, and I want to name my future pet Goddard because of Jimmy Neutron, so
Thank you.
thank you.
Well, I hope you got a chance to see Frank Welker, the voice of Goddard, who's here.
Oh, I should go see him, yeah.
Thank you. Great
Thank you.
question. I'm curious. Ever since we've been sitting here, I've been singing all the theme songs kind of in my head, rotating. Of all the shows you've worked on, which one do you think has the best theme song? Cat Dog is currently stuck in my head.
Oh gosh, I wish I knew the words because I hear Darren and Butch and Tara and Suzanne sing it all the time. But the Fairly Odd Parents.
Timmy is an average kid. No more.
That one. If you know the lyrics, I'm sorry I don't, but that's my favorite theme song.
That one's great.
I think they're all capable of earworming you, but when you get the Kids in America one in your head, it won't go away. You know, we're the kids in America, oh, we're the kids in America, oh, everybody. You know that one. Thanks, you're welcome. It'll be in your head all day.
Mucha Lucha. Yeah, that to me, I looked for, when we went down and we were done, I looked forever for the soundtrack because it was all cumbia music. Now, it isn't Nickelodeon because Chalk Zone was, Rudy's got the chalk, the chalk, the chalk, Rudy's got the chalk, and every week we sang, Ash, we did MTV videos because Nickelodeon was owned by Viacom, which owned MTV, and so we would do our show on Mondays, and on Fridays we'd go in and sing, and then they would make 1 minute MTV videos that would play after our show. But I will say, out of everything, I mean, I like Dexter's Lab, but the cumbia music, lucha, do 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 do, lucha lucha, and it was the greatest theme song for a show that lasted like 2 seasons, 3 seasons. But I think a theme song sets the, I think it sets the mood, because I will ask our people my age, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, we're the modern Stone family, from the town of Bedrock, there's a place out of history.
That's one.
With the family down the street, to the courtesy of our 2 feet. When you're with the Flintstones, have a yabba dabba do time, a dabba do time. We'll have a day of time. Right now. And you know what? Who's here? James Arnold Taylor is here.
James Arnold Taylor.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
Barney?
Yes.
Or Fred?
I think it was Fred.
I think it was Fred because I think Kevin Michael Richardson was Barney. Am I right? Very fun. We like cartoons.
Which is so interesting because Fred Flintstone has such a deep voice, and James is not a huge person. And
His natural speaking voice is, and he does this, is Michael J. Fox.
Oh, how
yeah,
That's how he sounds like Michael J. Fox.
yes, and
Hey
he does
man, it's good to see you, Carlos. James Arnold Taylor.
got gravel in his voice. Yeah.
It is funny, Candy, you mentioned like, oh, the show, and it only ran for 2 seasons. When I look back, there's so many shows that I'm like, that was my childhood. And it was on for like 10 episodes or something.
right? But you rewatched it, and that was the difference. Back then, they didn't have a lot of content, but they had bought channels, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. They bought a lot of time, so they had to fill it. So it was only 2 seasons, but it was probably on 8 times a day.
Yeah.
You know, like Fairly Odd. All of that was on. People were like, I can't watch another episode of that. And I'm like, you must, because it's the only thing on. It's the only thing made. And now you have 8 million places you can watch, including these little devices. And we never know where we're going to be seen, but that's why. It was like repetition in your brain. No joke.
But it's so great that there's places where you can go watch all these cartoons. You know, I mean, I don't love that it's all streaming now because I liked it when it played on network, but it's nice that you can search and see it anywhere.
Yeah.
I guess YouTube if all else fails.
Yeah.
From somebody's TV recording where it wiggles.
Hi, what is your name and what's your question?
Oh, hi.
Sure. Hey all, Alex here. So the question is for all of you actually. In terms of the studio space versus your home recording setup, what would you prefer for say an upcoming cartoon project in the next year or so that wants to do it old school? If y'all are interested in going into a recording studio and really kind of get that camaraderie and the dynamic kind of quality,
Yeah.
what would y'all prefer?
Oh my God, to be together. Are you kidding me? We would rather, I've never laughed harder in my life for 4 hours straight to the point, I'm going to tell it and I'm sorry.
Go ahead, I'm gonna go get my book.
Okay,
Oh,
Jimmy
sure.
Neutron, and we are doing circle things, and the thing stopped. We stopped for some reason. Probably my friend, the late Jeff Garcia, said something as she
Like that?
yeah, ultra large, and he said something, and the production stopped, and Carl Weezer, Rob Paul's heading to the barn and said, "Jesus helps me trick people." And I remember I laughed so hard. 2 things: I wet my pants and I fell off my chair.
Yeah,
And
that's true. She did. She
and
fell off.
he can do this. What is this? 25 years later, he will do it for me, and I will say, "Stop! Stop! I have to go to the bathroom. Stop! Stop!" It makes me laugh, and I think for the pandemic, I forgot how to be around people. I forgot how to interact. I was living in fear for 4 years, performing in a closet on Zoom, and I would much rather be with these idiots in a room trying to make each other laugh so that it lasts longer, so the session lasts longer, so that we can be with talented people in a room saying things that got us in trouble in the 3rd grade.
I love it.
And when we are all together, there's very little script that makes it to record. I mean, we just bounce off each other, and so there may be a line, and we might get close to it, but because there's so much camaraderie and energy and just freedom to act and do what you want to do, we get the general point. And remember when they'd say, just leave all the mics open, go to town, give us your crazy take.
Yeah.
That was the funnest time. I mean, God help the engineer who had to edit that. But it was so much off the cuff, and I think it made it so much funnier having that interaction. Whereas now, we just have our lines and we kind of have to imagine what they're saying. And yeah, I think they save money and time in the studio because, you put a voice artist in headphones and we won't shut up. We just go like this. And speaking of laughing, I just wanted to mention I cannot be in the studio with T. Baker Bradley.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh so hard. I can't even be near him. I can't say anything because I'll just laugh my head off.
Yeah.
He's the funniest person I've ever met. Raised to you. And you.
Yeah, the short answer is that we prefer being in the studio. It's very symphonic. The fastest paced cartoon I've ever been on, animated show, is Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
And to watch Darren Norris go from Costco to Yorgan, and Suzanne Blakesley with Wonderful, and the mother, and Tara with Timmy Turner, and Cooker, and all our guest stars like Rob Paulson and Candy Everett. It was just so symphonic. We'd go back and forth, and then if we would mess up, we would attack each other. If we messed up a line, oh, mother, I'm gonna, then everybody would go, no, 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 no. And Butch would go, great take, Carlos. Next time, try acting.
Don't
She's
suck so
explaining,
bad.
saying $5 if you get it right.
Yeah.
$5. I'll give you $5 if you get it right. And I'm thinking, oh, Atlanta. And then we're dying. $5 if you get it right, or get out.
Yeah.
Get out of show business. And we're dying. We're all dying.
Suck less.
Suck less. Suck less. That was great.
Thank you.
And in that case, Mr. Markovich's Earth Science class is going to be a cartoon that I'll be working on next couple years. Mr. Markovich's Earth Science class.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
There you go. Congrats.
I'm there.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Brian. So I had a question. One of the things that kind of fascinates me about a lot of voice acting is the amount of yelling and screaming that goes into it. Now I imagine that's going to wear on the voice after a while. So I was just kind of wondering what are your techniques to kind of preserve, not blow out your
I'm
voice.
super husky right now because I've talked too much today, but I like to say the screaming and the yelling is why I live alone. It's a great relationship killer. I think that's why we're chosen, is because we have those chops, because we can yell and scream all day long. And for me, I warm up as a singer. It's a 7-minute warm up that I've done for 35 years, and after every show, I cool down. I lose my voice at cons because there is a din in this room at our tables, and I'm shouting over it, and I'm tired. I just had eye surgery, which is why I have my glasses up here. And I'm husky, and I think for me, at some point today, I have to stop talking. At some point, I do. I have to stop. That's the greatest thing. But this is not a profession for the weak of vocal cord. If you can't scream and shout and change your voice and do that, it's the crazy shows are not good. The games, they're not suited for it. But warming up is hugely important, and cooling down with humming is hugely important for me.
There's when you're working out, they say no pain, no gain. Well, in VO, if it hurts, you gotta stop.
You have to stop.
There is a safe way to scream, and if it doesn't hurt, you might be doing something right. But I teach a lot of voiceover, but generally, if you can go like this, you guys, go. Like from here, go, oh, 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 oh. Right. So if you start your scream from there, it shouldn't hurt, it shouldn't have texture. Not that there's anything against texture, but let's all just hold that for a minute, okay? Go. Oh! Did it hurt? No. That was like a correct thing. So if it hurts, don't. Usually a higher scream might hurt. Like Lorraine Newman, can she scream?
Oh yeah,
She's a
Screamer. Screamer. A screamer.
But you do need to practice it, and you do need to make sure it doesn't hurt. And a really good video game director will say things like, or a cartoon director will save the screams
to the end.
To the end.
I don't have that skill, so I scream like Mr. Crocker, and that's the line everybody wants to hear is fairy godparents. So for cons, I placed it up in my nose. I'm going to give you a real one in a second. But the one I use at cons comes from here. It goes, fairy godparents! But the real one is, fairy godparents! I can do that once for a con.
Exactly.
Can't do that all day.
And he will never do it again.
That's it. Don't get fairies!
Get parents! Very good parents! I love it. But it is in my nose. It's in my mouth. That's so funny.
So do be careful on your screaming, but it can be done safely.
And warming up is really important.
Yes.
See lip trills. But just start low and build up. Start low, don't stay low. Women, start low, don't stay low. Make sure that the entire range of your chords coming together are it. And when you're tired, as Debbie says, stop. Stop talking. Stop doing it. But we want to welcome you into this world of wackiness and have you scream your lungs out. Sorry. Welcome. Welcome. Come on in. Scream along.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hello. What's your question?
Hi, my name is Steven. I got 2 questions for Debbie. Have you seen the TikTok of someone building an actual Goddard, and do you wish that they did an episode of how Jimmy built them?
I did see that. It's TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it briefly, but I think it's just brilliant that I want my own Goddard robot. You know what I want it to do? I want it to pick my weeds. I want it to pick up my dog's poop. I want my very own Goddard robot. It's a really great video. And what was the other one?
You ever wish they did an episode of how Jimmy built Goddard?
Did they ever do an episode of how he built him?
No, do you wish that they did one?
Do you wish
Oh, of course, I wish they did, because I mean, we'd all know. But, he invents a lot of things, and we never quite see how he does it, right? He just all of a sudden has this bubble gum that you can chew and be literate. Or he has these amazing, I want bubble travel. How great would it be to go on the freeway in a bubble and just bounce over all the cars? Or have a hovercraft. I want a hovercraft when you're on the freeway and you're stuck. Don't you always just want to go up?
Weren't we supposed to have that by now? That's what I understood when I was a kid. 2 things. Quicksand was going to kill me, and I'd be able to have a flying car.
Not if you had PF Flyers.
Right. PF Flyers.
PF Flyers could get you out of quicksand.
We didn't really answer the question,
But those were our big concerns. We wanted a hovercraft. I'm now hearing nearing the end of my life, and I'd like to have a hovercraft, and I have not met quicksand yet, but I was deathly afraid of quicksand. And as a child, we went to the beach, and I would walk gingerly to make sure I wasn't going to fall into quicksand.
You were
But
afraid of
also, I should have been homeschooled, if we haven't figured that out yet, right?
Where'd you grow up?
San Jose, California.
You were afraid of quicksand in San Jose?
Yes, because we used to go to the beach in Santa Cruz, and we heard on all the cartoons that there was quicksand, and it would go up to your, also on Gilligan's Island, and would go up to your neck and swallow you. And
Crazy.
these are things that you would probably not ever tell Candy Milo as a child, because years later I'm still worried about quicksand. Anyway, I've talked enough.
We all have our childhood fears.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks to a lot of these shows, actually. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, you can call me Taylor. If you could sing any song as your iconic characters, what song would you sing?
This had a voiceover thing. It was, and everybody does now.
When you were here before, I couldn't look you in the eye. Your face like an angel, your skin makes me cry. 'Cause I'm a creep, I'm a loser.
Great. Oh my God, that's great. That's so good.
Am I getting sued? I don't know.
No, I don't know. But what would you?
I think I would have Draculaura sing Rainbow Connection. Someday you'll find it, the Rainbow Connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me, Draculaura.
Let's see. I think Rudy would sing. Snap would sing somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
You ladies can sing.
Yeah, we are so blessed. Thank you very much.
That's what a great question.
We haven't had that one before.
I have never had that. Yeah, the creep killed me, Carlos.
That was a
I
little
don't practice Santeria, mother. I ain't got no crystal ball.
Hi everybody, my name is Eric. I got two questions for you. What characters did you resonate with personally, doing the voices for? And then followed up that, it's a lot of these shows have like adult jokes woven into them. Have you ever gone, oh my gosh, can we read that? And what's your favorite one of those?
I would go. I've done a lot of characters, and Rocco resonates with me the most because he mirrored my experience. Very green in voice acting. I got the part. I auditioned. I didn't have an agent. I moved to LA. I've got the voice of Rocco. And I get there the first day. Tom Kenny and I tell the story. The first day of recording, we've already made the pilot, and we show up, and Charlie Adler is sitting in the chair, just going, and the pages are flying, and my jaw just like, I can't make it. I'm over my head. And all the suits were behind the glass, and I felt like Rocco.
I go, gosh, this is my first job doing voice acting. I hope they like what I do. So I guess I'll give it a try.
So that really resonated because of a personal experience. And then, I'm sorry, the second part of the question was?
The adult jokes.
The adult jokes we had plenty with.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Yeah.
But there is Choky Chicken. We thought, surely the censors will not allow Choky Chicken, but they did. And then there's a moment where Rocco shows up at the door with a ping pong paddle, and behind him is a monkey on a spindle.
And we were just playing a game.
Spank the monkey. So that's one I was surprised we got away with, and I loved it.
Rocco was particularly wild. Like, even
Yeah.
then, I was like...
We'd like a hotel room for overnight, please.
You want a room for overnight at this hotel? That kind of stuff.
I forgot the question.
Okay, so two questions. So which character did you resonate with the most? And then on the shows, there's a lot of adult
Oh,
jokes
yeah.
kind of like sneakily put into them. Or is
Well,
there any that you're just like, can we do this? Is this allowed?
Gotcha. When I auditioned for Jimmy Neutron, I was so uncomfortable doing a little boy voice because I had, for years, just got hired to talk like a little girl. I went into the audition room and I saw all these people who really could do little boy voices so well, like Candy and E.G. and Nancy and Pam. They all had that texture, you know, and well, I can't do that. So I did it with just no texture. And so I was amazed that I booked it, but because he was so smart, which I'm not saying I'm smart, but I did graduate UCLA with a pre-med degree, and I had to take chemistry and upper division, you know, physics and calculus and everything that was like the smart people took, and I worked really hard. But I did know how to say all the big words, and I thought, I finally made it, Dad. I'm not at medical school, but I'm saying really big words. And really big, like organic compounds. And as far as the jokes, I was lucky to be in the studio with Rob Paulson because he just made it so easy, and the things that he would say, like, it wasn't in the script that he had a crush on Jimmy's mom, but that sort of became a thing. And he'd be like swooning over my mom, and Jimmy would finally, you know, stand up to him and say, "Stop it, Carl, stay away from my mom." And he'd be like, "Mrs. Neutron." So that, I think, was a little sexy thing that made it through. But there are those shows that are adult shows that you do get to say bad words. Like I did this show called F is for Family on Netflix. And I get to voice 7 characters. But one of them is this character named Bridget, and she says super bad words all the time. Like, I can't even give you an example because every syllable was X-rated. It was really fun.
I am all of my characters. That's one of the things where it is really interesting for me. I resonate with all of them because they're all a part of me.
She's
that
crazy.
I just, yeah. And I say that the one character that resonates the most is not a Nick character, but it's Cheese from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. And you love him. Try to remember he was only in 4 episodes out of 72, but there's a new show coming out called Foster's Fun Time. It's coming back, and Cheese is in every episode. But he was the most gentle part of me, and for me, he was the character that was the most afraid of life, but yet the most brave because he kept showing up. And I think it's the part of me that does that I can be very afraid, and I haven't always had the easiest life, but I keep showing up. And I think that that's important. So that resonates with me, and everybody else is just idiots. They're just the idiot parts of me. And I'm an idiot, but thank you. I'm an idiot. And as far as a
But you are idiot.
yeah, we are. Thank you. I belong to this family of idiots right here. And then as far as a Blue or a show, it's again not Nickelodeon, but Carlos, I think you noticed we did an episode of Cow and Chicken called Buffalo Gals, and it was me, Judy Tenuta, and Lori Allen, and we were Buffalo Gals, and Cow was going to go out and munch grass and be with the biker chicks in a bar that sold milk. And I remember, do you remember the late Judy Tenuta with the accordion? She talked like this, and she was like, "How the hell is this getting on the air?" And it was 999,000% double entendres. So we found out when it was going to air. We were all watching it. Got on halfway through the episode. They pulled it off the air, and you can only find it on YouTube. And I don't think you can find the whole thing, but it was like,
Oh, brother, we are going to the bar, and I am going to munch the grass with the gal.
and I thought, oh my God. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry it's not Nicktoons, but I literally experienced that. We went to the record the next day, and none of us could start the script because we were laughing so hard that it got past the censors. It got past the censors, and she had told her brother, "Please hold Piles, the warthog doll." That was the name of her doll, was Piles, the warthog doll. every
What are
episode.
piles?
Piles are hemorrhoids in your bottom, and that was the name of Cow's doll that she. So I just want you to know that they never had children in mind for any of these shows. Never. They never had anybody, and I'm happy that our younger people in the audience have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but it was the most delicious experience to be watching and then just have it, and it went to the bars. It went to the covered bars.
Those rainbow bars?
And it was gone.
Yes.
And I just want you to know it was the happiest day of my life. It was the happiest day of my life knowing that someone, not us of course, we're protecting your children, but not us. Anyway, thank you. And I'm sorry I went off on that, and I'm sorry it wasn't Nicktoons, but it's the only one I've ever been on where it's pulled off.
No, that's great. Thank you so much for that question.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Perfect amount of fan questions too, because we are about out of time. But any final thoughts before we?
Can I just plug something really
Please.
quick? I'm also a singer. I've been singing forever, country music, but I also write preschool music, and I have a kids YouTube channel called Debbie Dairy Berry Kids, and I've made a poster that you guys could subscribe to it, and I would be really grateful if you'd come up and subscribe away to my kids YouTube channel. Thank you.
And I have two little plugs, if I may. Coyote the Acme, which I am in with a voiceover.
Oh my gosh.
Comes out August 26th. Please go see it. I have my Coyote the Acme t-shirt on, but it's freezing, so I didn't take it off. That's number one. And number two, my handler is here in the audience. There's Steven over there. And I am selling all my pops for $15. And if you bring them over, I will give you an autograph to cost. And I would love to do it because I don't want to carry him home. So come over and I have all kinds of different ones. And thank you. But it was you, the fans, that got Coyote the Acme released in May. And John Cena is worth the price of admission. And Will Forte is a fall down drunk. He's the attorney for Coyote, and John Cena is the attorney for Acme. And it is a live act. It's like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I think it's brilliant. Thank you, Carlos. I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, we thank you for digging what we do. We're really lucky that you adore what we do, and especially from the 90s. Check out Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's myself as Scissors, Tom Lennon from Reno 911 as Paper, and Ron Funches as Rock, and Melissa Villasenor as Pencil. Check it out. It's on Paramount Plus and on Nickelodeon Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Well, thank you all for your amazing questions. Thank you for coming, and just give it up for these folks one more time. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your Fan Expo, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.